to Fast and Jams, the multi-franchise podcast here to entertain you. I'm Lee, your host, and it's Star Wars Podcast Day 2025. Why February 7th? The day J.R. Talk, the very first Star Wars podcast, premiered way back in 1999. For this special episode, I'm going to be discussing the show that is starting to show how child characters can be used to their potential, and that is Skeleton Crew. I recently went to Hope Comic Con, and this is my first ever Comic Con. I saw R2-D2, a Dalek, Hackett's Dog, who is a national treasure for Britain, from CBC, and more. It was a good time, and especially for Hopetown. There was success at the Saturn Awards, which is a huge win. Congratulations to the Bad Batch and Agatha Olon for winning their respective series, Rosario Dawson for winning Best Actress in a TV series, and Andor for Best Television Home Release. I decided not to finish Fairy Tale by Stephen King, which I mentioned last time, as it's getting too dark for me, and it's still a good story though, from what I've read. Let's get started on Skeleton Crew. Skeleton Crew is a show centered around four children, Wim, Neel, Fern, and KB, who get lost in space and try to get home with help from John Noward and SM33. Rory Cabot Conyers charms as Wim. Wim's journey is very important, as he wants to be a Jedi after he follows the old stories. He's written us at the beginning when he ends up causing all the events, but he starts to take things seriously and show true taste of a Jedi, especially when he saves KB when they're stranded on Landover, as she's struggling with her tech stuff, and stands up to job back home with Fern. Fern is a badass and hides her feisty side from her mum. At first, she's trying to keep the group together before getting emotional as Akron after nearly getting them hurt. And that's a good realistic performance from Ryan Keogh Armstrong. Some encouragement from Wim and Neel helping her understand. She starts to learn a valuable lesson in teamwork on the barometer of Landover when she helps Neel find a way to save the others. And I like the fact that she's starting to communicate better as a team and starts to understand her team's strengths and weaknesses. She also stands up to George, and I like that she does it together with him as a proper team effort, and they finally get the courage. Neel is one of those characters that is seen as the child who doesn't want to get into trouble at the beginning, but shows that he has a trait of kindness which makes him a standout character, and he is a lovable kid who's acting like what people should be, and is a gift to the Star Wars franchise, and that's why he is a favourite of mine. I like that he wants to help, especially when he gives food to some homeless kids in Akron. He shows his bravery on the same line, and later does violent things to help his friends alongside trying to save his home planet when he is bounced back from being knocked off his back by those naughty pirates. He manages to stand up and go and help his team, and that's a true team player. Robert Timothy Smith did a great job in Prosthetics, and he gave us an enjoyable performance and gave Neel the stuff to become a memorable character. Hashtag Neel Nation here. Haley and I share the same similarities. I face my struggles, and her episode shares things that I can't do, and that's why I love Zero Friends again. She is one of those characters who has recently shown that people who have issues can do well, and she is not the only character on screen. There's Tech, there's 13, there's 15, and there's quite a few more out there, and that's getting into a good position because people like this are dominating the TV industry, and that's a big thing for me. KB is now continuing this representation domination, which is a good thing, and it's not just like this, there's plenty of other ways. KB will also have people who have disabilities, like, struggle with, certain elements and still fight back, and I'm hoping that she shows to these people that they can do just as well as she can. I enjoyed carrying a character in action as KB. I like that me and KB are tech wizards because that's me, and I'm glad to see myself on screen. Traitor alert! Yes, Jude Law's John Noward is a double-crossing pirate. He's an intriguing character and stands up for being who he is. He pretends to be good until his charade is revealed intact when he learns about the coordinates to Aten and the treasure. I like that he wants to have money, and that's why he gets intrigued at Aten. I like the fact that even though he is an unredeemable character, his ending is open-ended, so they can bring Jude back if they've got more to do, and I would be happy to have Job back. SM3 is voiced by Nick Frost, and is one of my favourite droids in the show, and he's one of those friendly droids to the kids. Yes, he turns when George takes Captain, but he's always loyal to kids and comes back. I thought he was gone and we're going to be in so much trouble. I thought he was out and he came back and he's a fighter. And I like the fact that SM3 always comes back better than ever. I also love Snowball, who is also a legend as well. I want to talk about those pirates. I felt that they were a good threat and they wanted me to obviously rule the galaxy. They did lack certain elements and I felt that they did the same thing too often. I think it's a similar situation to what I feel 7-7 have, but I felt 7-7 unfortunately were a better threat, and even though they weren't used properly, I don't know why it didn't work with the pirates, but unfortunately that can happen. Wendle was a character that developed well. I enjoyed him. I loved what Touch Entertainment did. He brought a good job, and I felt that Wendle was the surprise revelation in the finale as he became the heroic parent, stepping up for his son, which we didn't see at the beginning, as he kind of neglected his son for a while, except tell him off. But this is good development. I loved Neel's family as they were adorable, and the Mickey design is so beautiful. Mary and Gary being support mums to KB and Farah being unsure and stuff, and I kind of get that. The mums and Wendell stepping up to get their kids back, knowing the risks, and that shows the kids that they have loving parents, and it's showing what happens when families as well. It's just so beautiful, and not all will be reunited, but this is when families get reunited. I love the fact that we see a bit of Neel's siblings and having fun, and also to Lulu Squad Bras. I love characters like Kim and Mel as they show that they did care for the kids. Kim stayed at Atten in the end thanks to trusting KB when she came to visit, and KB was able to contact her. Melna tried to help the kids safe on Port Bargo, and even though she wasn't in it for long, she still made a memorable impression. I like Pocket, played by Kelly MacDonald, legend. I like the fact that she was a bit double-sided because she wanted to help the kids stay away from the job, but also was working with the pirates as well. That's proper bounty hunter trait. Don't trust bounty hunters. I love Hayna Strix, one of my favourite guest stars, and I still have loads of love for her. Harla Finley did a great job, and it's good to see young Tam be recognised. Hayna listened to Neel, and the potential of change shows the impact that these kids could have on others. The series was good, but it wasn't up there like the heavy-hitting series recently, like Doctor Who Series 1. I came after Arc of Orlong, which was not an easy task, but the children were the strongest of the characters in the show, and that's a good sign. I do think the children could have had a bit more to do in the second half rather than being damsels a bit, because that would have made them even more great. My favourite episodes were, I can't say I remember no acting from the Daniels and Zero Friends Again from Bryce Dallas Howard. I like that Neel and KB stories are beautifully written by John Watts and his fellow creators, as they are my favourite characters of the show, and they bring something similar to characters like Tech, Yasmin Khan, Dingrog and Ryan Sinclair. I feel the finale wasn't for me. It wasn't up to speed as maybe some of the recent finale hits like Act for All. And also, surprisingly, Empire Death from Doctor Who. I just think it's overhated. I understand people not expecting much. However, it happens. I wasn't kind of expecting much from Skunk because I had a feeling it was going to go the way I didn't want it to do, so that's why I didn't really rate it as high. I wanted more action and a bit less of the damsel moments. I felt the pirates did feel a bit too generic for my liking. They could have been a little bit better. I think they did have them finest moments which saved it, especially with the kids. I feel this is what Doctor Who Series 2 finale could do if they're able to do something special and also make in the characters likeable like the kids. If you do that, Russell T Davies, you're going to be absolutely fine. It's all been ended with the pirates being somewhere after being dispatched from the ship. The damage to Atten and Job pondering. And I would have loved a bit of closure. I'm going to tease something here from a future episode, but Bryce Dallas Howard is the queen of direction. Never miss out of her directional Star Wars episodes, and she gave us girl power in her episode with Fern and KB. I would say, for the rest, Lee says it's time to wait for a few months because I want to do an episode all about her. I love the whole concept of Atten having a secret after Captain Tak Renner's mutiny, people being unaware till the pirates invade the home planet, people being employed to do the great work to help the planet was interesting, and the reveal of the supervisor being a machine is very interesting. It's similar and different to what we see on Puzzle 15 back in Guns for Hire. This time it's droids mainly being in charge. The set designs were amazing. I like the choice on what they did on Port Bogo, Kim's planet, Ash Akron, and Anuba. I like the fact to see the contract between Ash Akron and Atin was beautiful because the control bits were the same and the set designers did a great job in my honest opinion. I love the Onyx Cinder as it's an amazing ship, and the fact it's able to survive for long, and KB coming to the rescue on multiple occasions shows the longevity with the ship. And women as friends operating it reminds me of that scene in Time to Fly when Ahsoka and Sabine and Huyang try to fly away from Shin and the bad guys. I love both scenes because they're very, very iconic. I love the creatures' designs, especially the Mickens, which are Neel's family. I found a lot of the designs scary, cute, and brilliant. I love Mick Jr.'s music, and he brought some unique sounds, and he made a track called The Kid Suite, which was released whilst the series ended. I think he did a great job, and I think it was a nice thing to see someone new do some composing for Star Wars. I want to talk about the future of Second Crew. The cast and crew are hoping it is renewed, and I would like to see the series return and improve from its finale. However, because it's left open-ended, I do worry of doing a class. Class was not too strong. They're also strong with viewing figures. However, unlike Second Crew, didn't get the love which resulted in its cancellation. I feel Second Crew had all the doings that made the show work, and Class had a lack of interest like Andor has for me. And that shows that not all shows are for everyone. I will be talking about Class again in a minute so I can explain it a bit more because it is a sad story, and even though I'm not the biggest fan, I still think it was not treated well. I think this is a good show overall. If it had a better second half, it will challenge the stronger series. I think there are a few characters that will make a good impression for a long time. I love the Easter eggs like with the tea, the show Neel's family watch. I think everyone did a great job. What did you think about Second Crew? Comment down below or at Fast22 on social media. Thank you for listening. The next episodes are going to have a theme and expect a preview of Doctor Who Series 2. Have a happy Star Wars podcast day. Don't forget to listen to other podcasts releasing today, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Subscribe to Phasma and Jarins and stay tuned for more podcasts. See ya!